ever looked at your bank account and wondered, where did all that money go? Or maybe you are making six figures, but somehow you feel like you still don't have enough. Let me tell you, it is not because you need another side hustle or need to pick up an extra shift. I'm guilty of that too. It is most likely that you're making these three key mistakes that keeps your money hidden from you. And I'm going to teach you how to not only fix the issue, but I will walk you through an exercise where you can literally discover money that you didn't know that you had. And when you fix these, you will not only feel as if you have more cash, because you will have more cash, but you will have this renewed sense of connection with your money and also your values. Mistake number one, you are ignoring opportunity cost. Now, you might have heard of opportunity cost, but I'm not talking about some dry textbook theory. Opportunity cost is understanding the cost of every decision that you make. It is an understanding that every single dollar that you spend is a dollar that you could use to grow and work for you with compounding interest. So for example, when you decide to purchase that $500 luxury bag, instead of investing that money, you are basically choosing that that bag has more value than the potential of growth for your money. But what if you knew that that $500 could grow to $5,000 or $5 million? Would you still purchase that bag? Maybe you would. And really, it's not about the choices that you make, but understanding the intention behind the decisions we make. Instead of making an impulsive buy, we want to make an intentional purpose. And here's mistake number two, that your spending does not align with your values. Now, this one is a game changer. Close your eyes for a second and reflect on what really lights you up, what gives you energy. Now, open your eyes and take a hard look at that bank statement. Does every single purchase, every single transaction align with your values? If not, then that is an opportunity for you to shift some things in your behavior. Remember, it's not about the money that we make, but it's about how we use the money. And if you're not using the money to align with your values, say you value friendship, say you value family, say you value giving and serving the world in a greater way than what you're currently doing, that misalignment is going to cause you some discontent. It's going to cause you to feel personally like you have not done well with your money and been a good steward, and it is going to cause you to feel like you do not have enough. And trust me, when you get clear on this, you are not only managing your money better, but you are aligning your financial life with what matters most to you. And when you spend your money based upon what matters most to you, you're going to feel like you are richer. You're going to feel like you are wealthier, healthier, have more mental ease, and you're going to literally have more money. Studies have shown it. It's not just me saying this. Studies have actually shown it. And because this is so important, I am going to walk you through a simple way for you to do this at the end. And you're going to be amazed at how quickly this simple shift can make you start to feel wealthier. And here's the last big mistake, number three, is that you have ill-defined goals. Now, this is like going on a road trip without understanding where you're going. What is your final destination? You'll be wasting gas, time, and energy, and frustrated that you did not have the appropriate address in the GPS to begin with. So whether you are saving up to purchase your first home, to build this fantastic investment portfolio, or to pay down your student loan debt, a clear goal gives your money purpose. And money with purpose, well, that's something to stay motivated to achieve. Now let's just do a quick recap before I teach you how to discover more money that you didn't even know that you had. about the 3 mistakes that you are likely making. The first is that you are ignoring opportunity costs. Yes, every single financial decision has a hidden cost attached to that decision. 2, you've misaligned your spending. It's not matching your values. And once you can find a way to connect the two, then you're going to have financial harmony and feel wealthier. And 3, you have ill-defined goals. So let's clarify the goals to make sure that every single action, every single financial decision that you are making aligns with helping you to achieve that goal. Remember, we want to begin with the end in mind, because when we do that, the battle is already won. Now let me teach you how to win this money game and discover more wealth, more money, and more joy in your finances. Let's go to the whiteboard. So the first step is reflection. You want to think about 3 to 7 things that you spent money on in the past week. Okay, I'm going to walk you through exactly how to do this, and I hope that you can read my handwriting. The first is to circle the expenses that did not bring you joy, because these are things that don't align with your vision and your values. And so if it doesn't bring you joy, then why spend your hard-earned money on it? The second step is to cross off the circled items that are necessary for health and safety. The reason why this is the second step is because we won't always spend our money on joy. I wish we could, but we won't. So it is really imperative that we also prioritize our health and safety. There are things that I do that are prevention, like health insurance. I don't anticipate getting sick, but if I'm sick, I'm going to be very happy that I have health insurance. So those are expenses that you kind of have to pay. And then the third is to put an X through any expense that is mandatory, like a parking ticket or a utilities bill. We have to have light and internet, and maybe that specific light and internet may not bring us joy, or the traffic ticket definitely doesn't bring you joy, but it's something that is mandatory that you must pay. I'm going to share my list with you by sitting at my computer so you can understand how to actually do this. So as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, your number one mistake is ignoring opportunity costs. So I'm going to take you through an exercise to discover more money. Who's happy? Who's ready to discover more money? And the first thing that I want you to do is to write down 3 to 7 things that you have spent money on this week. 3 to 7 things that you have spent money on this week. The reason why we are anchoring on this week is because I want you to be very reflective, and you are more likely to remember the money that you spent this week opposed to last month. So we're going to make sure that you can reflect on those recent events and money choices. Now, after you've written down 3 to 7 things that you spent money on this week, I want you to do a couple of things. So the first step is to make your list, and then remember, we're going to circle the expenses that did not bring us joy. I want you to circle the expenses that did not bring you joy. And as you can see on the screen here, this is my list of non-joyful spending. Well, here's my list of the things that I spent money on first. The things that I spent money on were chicken wrap, medical bills, press-on nails, a wagon stroller, gas, takeout, and groceries. And if my first step after I reflect on the things that I purchased this week to circle those that did not bring me joy, then the things that did not bring me joy were medical bills, press-on nails, wagon stroller, gas, takeout, and groceries. Now, we are on to step number 2. Step number 2 is to cross off the circled items that were necessary for health and safety. And by looking at my list here, you can see that the things that I deemed necessary for health and safety were medical bills. Yes, I'm a physician, and I still have to pay medical bills. So I crossed those out because I had to go to the doctor, and I want to maintain a healthy relationship with my provider and my insurance company. After that, the third step is to put an X through the expenses that were mandatory. Now, when I do that, gas is mandatory. I want to make sure that we have gas in our home so that we can cook a nice meal or two. And so that's something that I had to put an X through. Now, what you will be left with on this list is your voluntary spending. These are the things that you could have not spent money on because they did not bring you joy, they were not necessary for health or safety, and they were not mandatory. So that is your opportunity list. Now let's take a look at my opportunity list. My opportunity list includes press-on nails, wagon stroller, takeouts, and groceries. That's my opportunity. Opportunity for me to potentially eliminate that expense or to save money. You can see here on this slide a picture of my mother and me. And my mother is the queen of discounts. She will ask for a discount at the dollar store. Now it's a $1.25 store, but you get what I mean. So the question is there a less expensive way? Whenever you are making decisions with your money, you want to make sure that you are maximizing the value of that financial decision. And how you do that is by decreasing the cost. So looking at my opportunity cost, I paid $8.99 for some press-on nails, but they could have been free because I waited over a year to use the press-on nails. And if we take a look at my nails now, I mean, they're manicured, but nothing to write home about, right? So the press-on nails could have been free. The wagon stroller, perhaps I could have purchased it used off of Marketplace. By the way, I still sell things on Marketplace. Yes, I'm a physician and I still sell things on Marketplace. But say if I had purchased it off of Marketplace and paid $150 instead, then I would have saved $100. That would be my opportunity cost. Takeout, I spent $150 on. If I had spent $45 instead, because don't get me wrong, we all want to eat food that somebody else has prepared so that we don't have to clean up the kitchen. I am right there with you. So if I spent $45 instead of $150, then I would have saved $105 in groceries. Say I did not purchase as many organic things as I typically do. Instead of spending $250, I spent $150 instead and saved $100. So that means that my opportunity cost, the money that I could have saved if I would have made different financial decisions, would be $313.99. Now that is for 1 week. 1 week I could have saved $313.99. Just think of the amounts of money that you can save if you make different financial decisions every single day. Those over time have compounding impact. Because instead of spending $8.99 for some press-on nails and $250 for a wagon stroller, maybe you could put that money in the stock market instead and have it growing for you. Now, this is money that is not bringing value to you. Remember, the first question is to ask yourself, does this expense bring me joy? Of course, we want to maximize joy in our lives and with our finances, and that is why it is imperative that we spend according to our values, and that sometimes the spending will not bring us joy. Sometimes it's for a personal trainer that you don't really want to see. I'm just gonna be honest with you. However, when you do that, it is helping you to accomplish a bigger goal. And that is why we want to make sure that we have clearly defined goals. And if you want to stop feeling like you are just working and not having enough, if you want to now think about some of the other opportunities to discover more money, then I want to teach you how to maximize your benefits. It is open enrollment here, and I want you to know with certainty that you have elected for the right benefits and you have the time to make those choices so that your employer can start paying for some of your expenses and help you to keep more money in your pocket. So if you are ready to learn how to maximize your benefits so that you can offset some of your expenses and have your employer pay for some of those expenses so that you can invest more, save more, and spend a little bit more, then I want you to watch me in the next video. I'll see you there. Bye-bye.